Everybody, it's Invictus. Time to know that you run here the binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Thank you, Mosh Pit. We did have another video crossing 2,500 likes, now putting us only 3 away from the Draw My Memory Challenge, or Draw by Memory Challenge, where I'm going to be attempting to draw the item sprites from chat on a future live stream. Hopefully we'll get there. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. October's been pretty hot. We'll see. We'll see what this Friday has to offer for us. But first off, here's your meme of the day / artwork of the day by first-time submitter on this Invictus subreddit. I'm going to just say White Star. There's a whole bunch of numbers after it, so I'm just going to say White Star. Top thread was first attempted painting, and then in the thread, they said, my walls have been barren for far too long, so I painted up a little Isaac to have up. And yes, I do think that you did a fantastic job. Although I do see that there was if you look very closely, it might be hard to tell on the video, but on the bottom right, I don't know if that was supposed to be Sacred Heart or Gravestone or something like that, but I did notice that. So as always with artists and their work, make sure you go check it out on the Invictus subreddit on the, if you want to see the full resolution ones. C-Day is going to be 3 Zulu Whiskey Golf Juliet Delta Juliet X-Ray. We got a whole lot of HP, but that's about it. No good. We don't have good damage. We don't have good movement speed. We don't have good tears rate. Shot speed, I guess. I mean, the only thing we do have is like I said, the HP here. So, ugh. All right. But we're also starting off with we need to go deeper, which means that we will have at least a chance to spawn a crawl space every single floor until I inevitably get rid of the shovel. But who knows what they can lead? They can lead to like Bird's Eye Chili, for example. They can lead to a black market that has a game-changing item. I mean, who knows? The way that Fridays have been going on here has been well, actually, you know what? Technically speaking, Thursdays have been kind of more of a banger than Fridays have been. Traditionally, anyway, this fine month of October that we're in. Gonna leave the Soul Heart there for obvious reasons, but in case you don't know what the obvious reason is, it's because I do not want to accidentally take any damage on my Soul Heart before going to the next boss. We've seen what happens whenever you don't have any Devil Deal pressed in, or if you miss that very crucial second floor Devil Deal. Bad things can happen in a hurry, and I do not think that it's unfair to say that the second floor Devil Deal is pretty much always going to be your most important floor of any given run, if you decide to go for Devil Deals. Now, obviously, not everyone goes for Devil Deals. Some people like to play it safe, especially newer players. They don't like to lose their HP, and it just doesn't seem like that much of a risk, which I totally get, for sure. But when you get past the stage of fear and then realize that, yeah, Devil Deals offense equals safety, then you know what I'm talking about. You know, I wouldn't lead you astray. Word's always been weird to me because the way that I say astray anyway, it makes it sound like I'm saying ashtray, but I don't have there's no H after that. So I am gonna go back here and bomb for the steel chest. I just think it makes sense. Plus, we might be able to get our key out of here. I would like to open up this golden chest, so, and we did not, but we have enough to buy the key anyway, so let's go ahead and just do that real quick right here. Do that, and you know what? I'll also buy another Soul Heart too, just in case. So a little extra insurance. Okay. We'll get a death card. I am going to get this full charge as well, and we can go to the next floor, full knowing that we at least we'll be able to go into a crawl space immediately instead of having to wait for a full charge. So. We're on the last piece question of the episode, coming from the strongest combo in Isaac possible, and there were a lot of people who were saying that really should have been a new episode. But as I said in that episode, it kind of feels wrong to declare a new one right after. And I mean, it could not have been more immediate after the last Omega run that we had. So that's the reason why I didn't get there. Plus, I wanted to highlight the combo too, just because that combo is incredible. But this one coming in from Siphon the Viking again, who said, question of the episode, you talk about stat caps and how to break the cap, but what are the lowest a stat can get? And can that low cap be broken to go even lower? So in the game, there is, technically speaking, there is an absolute cap on how low a stat can go. Your movement speed can never go below 0.1 unless you're modding. Same thing goes for your tears rate. Same thing goes for your, obviously, your damage. It can go very, very low, though. The value... So good. No, that's not so good. Fine. Just gotta hey, look, little chubby fans out there, don't get mad at me. All right, that's a Zombolas complaint right there. All right, I'm not the one who changed all of her sound effects. But yes, there is a floor. If there's a ceiling, there's also a floor to stats. And I've seen at least the movement speed stat floor, and it's really bad. Really, really bad. Book of the Dead here. I'm not going to take... I do not want to take the Book of Virtues because I don't want angel deals, especially since we have not gotten that already mentioned crucial devil deal here on floor 2. It's over here. Whole bunch of bombs. Free entry into the secret room. I honestly did not expect this to be anything over here. I just thought that I thought that was just going to be like a dead end or something. So, because we have Bird's Eye, we're also going to be able to burn away these keepers without us having to worry about using a bomb, and that does count for the destruction of a keeper or a greed statue or whatever you want to call them, to help boost the devil deal chance that you have. So it's definitely worth saving the bomb, and just it's a lot easier if you have a higher tears rate than we do right now, which is not that hard to do. I'm going to use the death card in here. I just don't feel like being in this room. Also, of course, keeps us safe. We got a good amount of money here with this golden key, so going to the shop is definitely going to be a priority. You gonna cheat through the rock like this one did over here? Gonna do it? Yep, you're gonna do it. I knew it. The schmoovin' spiders. Up a bomb here. Oh, those schmoovin' spiders. Before we go fight the boss, just because I want to leave the floor as soon as we're done with the boss. Let's go back and let's double back and try to find this them here tienda. One of them tiendas. Good amount of bombs now. Still lacking keys, but thankfully we have this golden key. And as you would figure, the only other spot we've not gone is the way that we're trying to go, which is the shop. One bomb here for 2 Fool's Gold rocks is pretty good. Yeah, we got 7 cents. Made a slight profit if they were half price, but they weren't. If they were full price, then we lost 3 cents. If one bomb equals 5 cents, because that 5 cents is the cost of a bomb, full price. Wondering where I'm getting these crazy conversion rates. I am going to buy this half price key and also the sack. It might have another key. It didn't, but it could have. All right, so now comes the ever important devil deal. And hopefully we get something good in there. Obviously, we're going to need a huge stat up here from the boss, whether it be tears, whether it be damage, whether it be movement speed, anything. We need anything right now. We can only go up from here. That's about the only good thing about this run. And drop a bomb since we do have a little bit of a surplus of bombs right now. And because our tears rate is not high enough to really rely upon Bird's Eye yet, it's just more reliable for us to just drop a bomb there. We know that we're going to hit it. The movement speed upgrade, which is, it's one of the stats we asked for. And we're going to, I got to take Sulfur. I don't really want to take Sulfur, but I kind of have to here. It does count for the Leviathan transformation. I think so. Maybe the Eye of Occult does too, but we'll never know. Or Ocular Rift, not Eye of Occult. Yeah, the Ocular Rift I'm not sure of, but the Eye of the Occult absolutely does create a or it does contribute towards the Beelzebub transformation. Not Beelzebub, Leviathan transformation. I swear I've slept today, I promise you. Actually got a decent amount of sleep too. Hedging our bets here with these keys. Thank you, game. Lord knows that we don't have a lot of key luck right now. I was hoping that we're going to get one more key out of there. Obviously, there's a sticky nickel here, which is great. Sulfur makes this room pretty easy, and that's the main reason why I wanted to take Sulfur as well, is just that it provides us with safety, that we don't necessarily have to worry about bosses right now, even despite our stats not being very good. I kind of want to go to the curse room, but I kind of don't. Whenever we get rooms like this where we just have to compete with damage here, while having non-competitive damage on paper, this Sulfur just allows us to just push past these. We don't have to worry about sitting there and just being in hell trying to go with bad damage, bad tiers, bad shot speed. Sulfur says the heck to all that. So that's another reason why I think Sulfur is just the better choice. It may not be the fun choice, but it's the smart choice. So the fun choice would have been sticking around with the shovel to see how many crawl spaces we can get. But I don't know, man. Like there's every one of our stats except movement speed now is starting far below what would be considered base Isaac stats. So yeah, we can't really be choosy at this moment. In my mind, we cannot. Now, sometimes the fun is warranted, sometimes it's not. Bird's Eye is going to really need to step it up, and hopefully we get some luck. And that's another thing too, is our luck rating is absolutely. I mean, it's worse than 0. So we need a little bit of luck. I don't know how they say luck in Espanol, but I'm sure someone in the mosh pit will comment very soon. Gonna save the charge of Sulfur for the next big room. Normally I would say that the secret room is to the left of here, but World Card said otherwise. This is a very, very high percentage wall. The only giveaway that it wouldn't be to the left of this room is the fact that there's nothing below it. There's nothing to the south of it. If there was one there, so that would give me a little bit of pause before committing a bomb over there. In a room like this where we don't have a lot of damage, we just need to be able to get out of here safely. Skitterers can be a very big, real problem. I take Nose Goblin. Nose Goblin's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's helping us a lot more than Samson's Lock, I can tell you that. It puts out the little booger tier that deals a little bit of damage. It's nothing crazy. It's just a little bit. The World Card here. What are you? I'm gonna take the World Card. All right. So what we need here, I mean, I'll take Steam Sale. What we need here are keys. We need some Yaves. I would not mind Humbling Bundle. I would not mind Skeleton Key if it shows up. Mom's Box? I don't know. 9 volt's very good. 9 volt will allow us to use Sulfur in every other room, which is very, very, very helpful. So let's double back and go to the item room. The more frequent that we can use Sulfur, the better our run gets. So, and that is another terrible, terrible item in here. I mean, I know there's some people out there who really like Pop. I don't. Obviously. It slows down your shot speeds far, far too quickly. And also, it leaves just tiers behind that you don't necessarily want enemies running into whenever it's not optimal. Like for example, a bomb fly sitting right next to you. Not great. Not great. But the shot speed down is the main gripe that I have with that item. One of you needs to go. Of course, that was written in the script. We had to take a hit before leaving here. Of course. Where are we getting homing from? Sulfur? I don't know why the Brimstone Beam had homing there, unless it was interacting with Nose Goblin somehow. Not sure. Never seen that before. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is that the Nose Goblin trinket was somehow went to Sulfur. That's the only thing that we have that's homing. Very, very strange here. That was Piggy Bank, by the way, that dropped those 2 pennies for us. Yeah, so this is a room that with this damage here, or lack thereof, we would get overrun very, very, very easily by the game. Soon again, it has to be something to do with Nose Goblin. That's the only thing I can think of. I got a text message from Mama Victa. See how she's doing. We're checking in on Mama Victa live and in person here. Yep, just had to tell her I was recording. And I preemptively, I don't want to speak for everybody now, but I preemptively said the mosh pit says hello. Gonna go fishing for magic mush here as we do. We're almost in. It's caves 2 right now. We're not in desperation mode, but we're not quite in desperation mode yet. We're getting there. If we don't get a significant DPS upgrade on this floor, we're gonna be in some trouble, y'all. Getting another HP upgrade here. I mean, we did need shot speed, but not that. That's definitely not our priority stat. Priority stat right now is damage, which we do not have any of right now. This could be the first struggle bus of October. That bus is they're gassing it up. They're changing the tires, making sure all the tires are inflated and it's washed and cleaned, and windshield wipers are working. They're bringing it up to code. That bus is about to leave the station here if we don't get something after this floor or on this floor. And suffice to say, we need to get the Devil Deal here. This is not a run that we can wait for and hope for a floor 5 Devil Deal. I'm not going to use sulfur in this room because we have another big room coming up. So, but the 9 volt does enable us to use sulfur a lot more often, which is why I was pretty stoked about it. We get Libra. Interesting. So Libra is going to balance out all of our stats, which is good for us because we actually did get a stat up that helps us out, but it's going to lower our movement speed, obviously. Our damage, everything actually went down because we used sulfur. Experimental pill gave us a literal all stats down because it only gave us shot speed, which is the only stat that is not affected by Libra. That's fun. Maybe this will be positive. Hey, there we go. Yeah, we cannot afford. Ooh, hang on a second. If we can get, oh man, if we can get a spacebar pedestal here that we could put down sulfur, we could theoretically check to see if the Omega Penny or the Crooked Penny pays out. With the glowing hourglass being there, essentially what you can do is you can use the Crooked Penny, see if it doubles something, and then undo it. So then you pretty much guarantee for sure know that the next use of the Crooked Penny is going to double something. But there's no pedestal for us to put down sulfur, and it's not worth the gamble to lose sulfur. As you can see, even with Libra gives me hope though. Okay, hey, look, that's a big upgrade there. It's a big all stats up. And Goat Head and Death's List. Which Death's List could be good with Libra too, because if we get a payout with Death's List, that is potentially an all stats up. Now we're not done yet. I could and should go see if we can find just any kind of spacebar item that we can put sulfur down on, just to test this. But the only room that's on the map that would have something like that would be, it wouldn't be in the, well, I guess technically speaking, it would exist. It would exist in the curse room if it was Guppy's Paw. So let's go check that out. I'm gonna clear one room just so I'm gonna clear one room Gonna clear one room just so we can have a full charge on sulfur before we go into that big room there. I always like to make sure that my active item's ready to go. What am I doing? Wrong way, you idiot. I don't know how much HP we have. Otherwise, I would maybe try to get that red chest. And we still could actually technically kind of bomb for it. This is where we don't care about death lists. We just want to get out of this room alive and well. Got a key for our troubles. All right, let's see if there is a guppy item in here. Yeah, we have enough HP for this. I know that we're out of soul hearts, but an emperor card, okay. I'll take it. All right, so there's no spacebar item, unfortunately. I guess unless if there's Guppy's Paw here, I'm trying for it. This play is absolutely 100% worth it if it works out the way that I hope. But there's no guarantee that's going to happen. I mean, is he gaming? He's a real gamer. We could be cooking here. So what we need to do is we need to put down actually, it doesn't matter if we have sulfur because we're gonna have to hold the glowing hourglass anyway. So this is how it's going to work. We need to put down sulfur in the shop. And then, well, first off, we need to put down a glowing hourglass. Glowing hourglass is the one we cannot lose. Doesn't matter if we lose sulfur on a double because we're going to be able to undo it with the glowing hourglass. Actually, no. We have to have it in this room. Now that I think about it, we have to be holding it while using the crooked penny. So this doesn't matter then. I would have to have backpack to not lose sulfur or the glowing hourglass, because if we put the glowing hourglass down here and then we double it with crooked penny and it removes itself, then we don't have the glowing hourglass. It only works as the way that I want it to work is it only works if and only if you have the school bag and you can swap to the glowing hourglass after using the crooked penny. Yeah, that's the only way that works. So, oh well. That's okay. If anything, we removed him from the item pool. All right, so Death's List, we need to get a payout from you. See if we can try hard for it, and it's not gonna be in this room. There's a tinted rock in this room. It's gonna be to the far left of the second row. You can see that X right there on the bottom right of the rock. Got our soul heart. I wish we had sulfur in this room. Every fiber of my being, I do. People often ask me what are my least favorite mobs in the entire game. If I could just delete one mob from this game, which one would it be? Infamies. Infamy masks, far and away. It's not even close. Straight up infamy masks, dude. They are the worst mob in the game. I absolutely hate them. There's nothing good about them, and I wish that they were just not in the game. I would happily erase them from existence if I could. Dogtooth's going to give us an all stats up here. And yeah, I mean, the boss is here. We don't have to worry about a Devil Deal precedent, or we don't have to worry about qualifying for Devil Deal anymore because we have Goathead. So Goathead removes us and removes the danger of us taking Red Heart's damage, losing Devil Deals. Huge all stats up right there. Got a luck upgrade. Again, one of the only stats that we couldn't have possibly gotten a benefit out of Libra from. But we're very, very slowly and surely clawing our way back into this run here. This Soul Heart, I'm just going to leave it there. Even though we already have the Goathead, I still don't want to lose a Soul Heart. Dogtooth has indicated that there's a secret room to the south of this room here. Although it doesn't tell you the direction, but we know that it can't be the secret room, the regular secret room. So check the shop. Get Sackhead, which is great. I'm gonna take the Soul Heart as well. I don't really care about tarot card. Well, it's half price. It could be a Hero Fun card. It's not, but it could have been. Might as well buy the key too. So yeah, good. Where Libra is single-handedly giving me hope in this run right now. And I'm hoping that we just get a monster Devil Deal on the next floor. I don't know if the item room here is going to be Infestation 2. There's also a Tinted Rock right now. So why am I taking pills? For those of you who may not have ever seen me play Isaac before. Most of the time, obviously, I'm a pill hater. I absolutely hate them. Don't think there's anything good about them. There's just too many risks. However, with Libra, that changes a little bit because if we do happen to get a bad pill, it doesn't hurt us nearly as bad as if we didn't have Libra. It distributes the loss across all stats, which softens the blow of a really awful, truly awful pill with bad timing. Whereas a positive pill is an all stats up. And if we get more positive than negative pills, then that is a stat machine that we can just simply print stats from. So hopefully we're able to find more pills or PhD. That'd be great. Dogtooth says that there is a secret room somewhere in this room. I'm not sure if it's a super secret room or regular secret room. All over the place right now. Infestation 2, by the way, is going to spawn spiders out of every enemy that we kill with our tears. Very good item. Got the Bibble. Go for the half price Soul Heart here. Yeah, I definitely would like to get Jumper Cables. Jumper Cables would give us a stat every 15 enemies that we destroy. And that would give us that'd give us one single pip of a charge on our active item, which is very, very good for Sulfur. If you can get it to the point where you can use Sulfur more than once in a room, you're laughing. Just need 1 cent. There's a Tinted Rock over on the top left, right there. Okay. Gonna grab Jumper Cables, grab another Soul Heart, and sure, we'll get the Blankie, which is gonna give us another Soul Heart. As well as the Holy Mantle effect, which means it's gonna shield us. Going to shield us from one hit as long as we're in a boss room. Not active anywhere else. Okay, so Experimental Pill. All stats down. Go all stats up. Another Pretty Fly. Luck up doesn't help us. And Infested. And so that was just a push because we lost stats and we gained them right back. And hopefully you all enjoyed today's sponsored video. It's a video that it's a game that I've been sort of hyping up before I did the sponsored stream on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And that kind of content, you know, I love working with developers. I love having good deals for a sponsor. And I gotta say that it's refreshing to know that there's still sponsors that are interactive with people and they want to reach out and work with other streamers too. This does give us an all stats up while we're inside of her zone here. So, but yeah, and expect hopefully we'll get a couple more sponsorships coming down. Maybe this month, we'll see. It's getting close to the holidays. And Curse the Blind. You know, I try not to go overboard with sponsored content unless it makes sense for me, and it's actually a game that I feel like playing or want to play or looks cool. And I've always had very, very good, positive relations with any sponsors that I've worked with. They've always been satisfied, 100% satisfied, which is cool. That makes me feel good. That makes me know that I can still. The last thing that I want from a sponsor is I do not want, no matter how big the budget, I don't want them feeling like it was a waste of money. I think that getting an actual sponsorship, and I'm not talking about like Stream Element sponsorships or anything like that, because those, I mean, that's offered to any streamer out there. I'm talking about real contracted sponsorships. I think that those kind of sponsorships are some of, or I shouldn't say sponsorship, I should say brand deals. Those kind of deals are, in my opinion, one of the best and highest compliments that you can have in new media. A company is trusting you enough with their money to promote their game or product, and they want you to do it for them, and they're going to pay you. To me, and again, I might be old school, I don't know. But to me, I take that as a very big praise, a very big compliment. If somebody reaches out to the talent agency and wants to work with me, that's awesome. It's very, very flattering, and I'm honored to do stuff like that. But I also want to make sure I do a good job. I want to make sure that I'm presenting their product, whether it be a game or just product in general, in a way that's favorable to them, but still, I'm allowed to be honest, obviously, but, you know, you got to be respectful, too. There's a lot of times where I've seen mutuals who they'll get like a really, and I know how much they get paid, they'll get paid a ridiculous amount of money for a game, not really care about it, they're just kind of just going through the motions or whatever, and then start dogging the game a week later. Sometimes maybe not even a week later, like a day later after doing it. Like, oh yeah, that game sucked. I just did it for the money. And they'll just unabashedly say stuff like that, which, I mean, you're allowed to feel how you want, but to me, that's not really professional. But, I don't know. That's just me. I've been sort of railing against the industry lately. Taking an Eternal Heart here. You have to be a little bit careful with our HP, obviously. It says as he gets hit right there. We get the screw, which is going to give us a nice all stats up. So our damage is, it's not great, but it's not terrible. How did that Shy Guy die? How did the back one die before the front one? We pre-hit the front one there, Mr. Fred. Dude, I have no idea what just happened there. What's up with his range? I think the game is having a heart attack. The Pentagram, which is 2 or 3 for Leviathan, And we do have Guppy, of course. All right. Thank you, Curse the Blind. Another all stats up. See, that's what I'm telling you, man. Libra and Death List makes sense. If you can somehow make sure that you get even a couple payouts during a run, it more than pays for itself. Okay, we need to stop taking this bad damage here. Do not have polar invincibility, so we can't just keep getting chain hit over and over again here. We've got the movement speed, we've got the stats. There's no excuses for taking bad damage right now. Succubus. The downside to Sulfur is that it does sort of hard counter Death's List unless there's a singular enemy in the room with the piercing and everything. But it's a small price to pay to have a safe room. We get a Bone Heart, so let's go back and fill the Bone Heart. That gives a little bit of extra sturdiness in the boss room. And I tell you what, if we get more red hearts, we could theoretically get a sack room shuffle play here. But we would need to get some more, a lot more hearts. We get Found Soul Buddy, which is, he's essentially like he's like Incubus, except he's temporary because he can't actually die. Just like Lost Soul Buddy. Go back, grab a heart here. That would be a perfect time for a Queen of Hearts. To which the game will reply, Host Victor wants to get 1 to 13 hearts. We'll have 1. And then turns into a YouTube short. Yes, Lost Soul Buddy does also copy Brimstone. Found Soul Buddy, he's good. If you can keep him alive, hey, the more the better, you know? Our merry band of miscreants. High Belial's great. Low Brimmy. We want to get rid of our red hearts so we can go down to polar invincibility. So it's gonna be a little bit sketchy, but with low Brimstone, hey, you know what? Found Soul Buddy can join us too. Why not? All right, but we got to lock in though. We do not have a lot of HP here to work with, so all this fire around here is making it very difficult to see where Isaac is already. Get a charge key here, which is just going to go ahead and wait on. They tried to hide a Tinted Rock back there. Now you do have to be careful with Found Soul Buddy. He does drop a bomb independently of Isaac, so just be aware of that. It doesn't cost you an extra bomb, but just be aware that it will drop a second bomb where you dropped yours. I do think that Found Soul Buddy gives us the best chance to win, though, over Nose Goblin. And there he goes. Did not know there was another bomb fly right there. We get Fate, which is going to give us flying, but the downside here is that we lose polar invincibility for the chest. However, we have an Emperor card, so we just won't have it against Blue Baby. We still maintain polar invincibility on this floor because the Eternal Heart is not activated. And we get all of our soul hearts back anyway. But we did also lose Found Soul Buddy for the floor. Now, if you're wondering why Death's List disappeared right there, if you notice that the but the skull vanished after we killed that singular bomb fly. It's because those bomb flies also have an orbital around them. And yes, the orbitals do count against Death's List, which is the reason why Death's List fell so far in the power rankings for me. Isaac power rankings. I need to start doing a weekly power rankings of items based on what we've seen from this previous week. I require a lot of editing though. I guess maybe not a lot of editing. Oh no, we'll think about that. Every Sunday come out with a NFL style power rankings. Okay, so Holy Mantle's gone now. I wasn't using Sulfur there because I was expecting him to get the ads, and Eye of Belial just takes out the ads a little bit easier. Even though Sulfur gives us a damage up. Although, apparently it's a all stats down because of the tears down we get from our tears converting from regular tears to Brimstone. So with Libra, technically speaking, Sulfur is an all stats down. What's going on here? There you go. Isaac goes down with not much fuss, thanks to the Holy Mantle. We're on the home stretch here. In a run that didn't really have a whole lot going for it, I got to say that if anything, this shows how important Libra is. And whenever you do get a chance to get Libra, you should take it. It's just good. Like, it just saves you so much headache. I do want to get one charge here. You know what? No. No, I'm not gonna let Adversary get a hit on me just because we need one charge. We probably have a charge lined up soon for from Jumper Cable, so it's whatever. Shot speed doing work here. Take hits there. There we go. Sulfur right at the very end. We are going to get the dub here, courtesy of Libra, who definitely is the player of the game, the item of the game. And yeah, I'll think about drawing up some ideas for how to make an NFL style power rankings that we could do every Sunday. I think that it'd draw traffic to Sundays, which is typically the slowest day of all the days of the week, and will be fun to do. So thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below, and thank you again. For those of you who may have skipped the sponsored video, please go back and watch it as well, assuming that it actually went out, because I don't know, I haven't actually done the stream yet, so we'll see. But thank you all very much for all the support. Have a great start to your weekend, Mosh Pit, and as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some pages of mine like Ionis Z, Wyatt Sipes, Greg Davis, and Candela. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.